How's it going, YouTube? This is Officer Tark with another video review of Sun and Moon Forbidden Light. This is the theme deck. This is Twilight Rouge. This is going to be the second half of the map that you get that comes with the starter theme deck here. Not a lot of reviews on these decks as of right now because they just came out. Figured I'd do one. Here's going to be the coin that comes with the deck. It's a shiny. It's got the Lichen Rock on there. And the dusk form. So this is going to have the new dusk form opposed to midday and midnight. So this is the basic starting Rockruff. 70 health. He's got surprise attack with 50 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, the attack does nothing. Get a close up of that. Like I said, so half the time you may hit on this guy, you know, just best of luck to you on that. So you're going to be running 1, 2, 3 of them. 3 Rockruffs in this deck. And then they evolve into Lichen Rock. This is the dusk form. Really glad that they finally got this card out there. This is going to be the, I guess the holographic card. You can see it kind of shining right there. It's 120 HP. He has 2 moves, Dangerous Rogue for 20 plus. So this attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So if your opponent's running a lot of benched Pokemon, it's going to do 20 plus on each of the bench Pokemon, so it can add up to a lot to do the primary attack on the bench Pokemon. You have a Celerock, which is 100 damage, takes 2 fighting and 1 colorless energy to get that thing going, and got a retreat cost of 2. Let's see, you'll be running 2 of those in this theme deck. Next we have Inkay. I guess, you know, going Team Rocket. This is going to be a Pokemon from them. You got Psychic Energy, 60 health. He has Hypnosis, so it automatically, I guess, puts your active Pokemon's now. Your opponent, sorry, yeah, your opponent's active Pokemon's now asleep, not yours. Yeah, that would suck. So he's only got a 1 retreat cost. You're gonna be running at least there's 2 of them in there, and they're gonna evolve into Malamar. He has the Psychic Recharge ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may attach a Psychic Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So if you want to power up some more of your Psychic Pokemon, then that's a good way to do it. He has 90 HP. This is decent. And he's got the Psychic Sphere for 60 damage. And you're only around 1 of him. I guess you can use his ability to power up Salandit. He's got 60 health and he's able to singe. You're able to burn up, I guess, your opponent's Pokemon, which is pretty beneficial. You know, burn is like probably one of the better conditions to deal damage. You're gonna be running 1, 2 of those, and they're gonna evolve into Salazzle. He's got 110 health. He's got the Nasty Plot. You search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that allows you to get, you know, more cards in your hand. They also have Severe Poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 4 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. A really cool ability. We have seen this in other previous theme decks, so it's nothing new. You're going to be running 2 of those. Here is Dusclops. It's going to be, let's see here, 90 health. He has Night Roam. Put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon, both your and your opponent's. Wow, so that's all. I guess you're able to do damage to everybody. So he's not a friendly guy. He's got the Ambush, which is you get 3 energy. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. So we're looking at, if you get heads, you're looking at 60 damage total. He's got a high retreat cost. There's 2 of him. Now the basic form of him that this guy evolves from is Duskull. He's going to have 60 health. He has Dark Guidance. You put a basic Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench. So I guess if essentially your Pokemon, you know, dies, I guess you can get it back with Dark Guidance. For 2 energy, you got Spooky Shot for 20 damage. It's not bad for a basic Pokemon. And there's 1, 2, and 3 of him. Then the final form, stage 2, is going to be the Dusknoir. 150 health, the final evolution. He has Dark Imitation as an ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may have your opponent reveal their hand. Put a basic Pokemon you find there onto your opponent's bench and put 3 damage counters on that Pokemon. So I guess, yeah, so it's a Dark Invitation. He's inviting your opponent's basic Pokemon to come out, and he's going to, I guess, hurt him for 3 damage, or for 30 damage total. He has also Mind Jack for 30 damage, and this attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that's really cool. So the ability is going to get him out there, hurt him, and then you can Mind Jack him and really mess with them and really, I guess, kill a lot of them at the same time. You're only going to be running... Okay, so there's 2 of them. There are 2 of these guys in here. So I think that's probably going to be the strongest Pokemon probably in this deck. If you can, if your opponent's got a lot of bench Pokemon in their hand, you can already hurt them and then kill them. You're running the basic Frou-Frou. This was also in the other themed deck that they just put out for Forbidden Light. He's going to have 90 health. He has the return ability, which is able to do damage and get you cards. You may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. So damage and get cards in your hand. So that's pretty cool. So here we go. We also have Solrock, another basic Pokemon here that doesn't evolve. You have Double Draw. It allows you to draw 2 cards. Has Solar Heat for 20 damage. If there's a Stadium card in play, this attack does 20 more damage. So you're essentially able to do 40 for 1 energy. That's not bad. Let's see, here we also got our items and support cards. So you have the Rescue Stretcher. You're able to choose one, put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, or you can shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. So this allows you to get Pokemon back from the discard pile. You also have Trainer, another item card, a switch. You're able to switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. It's a way to bypass the whole retreat costs. You have 2 Nest Balls in this deck. You search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it on your bench, and then shuffle your deck. So it allows you to get your basic Pokemon out there. You have Hau, who's your supporter card for almost all the theme decks they have in Pokemon. Trading card game. These theme decks, they run a lot of these guys. You draw 3 cards. Great supporter card to have. You also have one of my favorites. It's Professor Kukui. He is a supporter. You're able to draw 2 cards, and Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this allows you to, deal more damage on your attacks and draw cards, so it's not bad. See, we also have Lily, who's a supporter. You draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. If it's your first turn, draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. So if it's your first turn, you can draw 8, or until you have 8, and I guess the other turn you can draw until you have 6 cards. So that, supporter gets you a decent amount of cards in your hand. We have Cynthia, who you can shuffle your hand into your deck, and then you can draw 6 cards. That's a pretty cool ability. It allows you to, just refresh your hand. You have here you go, the famous Field Blower. It's an item card. You could choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play and discard them. So this allows to kind of clear the field of Wishful Batons or stadium cards or Fighting Fury belts or whatever your opponent has, and you just discard them. Then you have the Escape Board. It allows you to, it's an item. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 less, so 1 less retreat cost, and it can retreat even if it's asleep or paralyzed. So this is really good to get your Pokemon out of harm's way if he's asleep or he's paralyzed or he can't do anything. It's a really good card to have in here. You have Timer Ball, so you flip 2 coins. For each head, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So you're going to be running 2 of those. That's just a really good way to get evolution Pokemon and basically evolve your basic Pokemon. Here we go. We have Lady. She's a trainer. You search your deck for up to 4 basic energy cards. Reveal them and put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So this allows you to get your basic energy out of your deck and into your hand. You also have this, a stadium card. Here we go. It's Brooklet Hill. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water or basic fighting Pokemon. Put it on their bench and shuffle their deck. So I guess your opponent and you can use this card. We've seen this stadium card before. It's really good if you're the Lycanroc and Rockruff. You're able to get. You're gonna get Rockruff out there. It allows you to do that. Not bad. Then you got the Pokemon Fan Club supporter card. You can search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So this allows you to get basic Pokemon into your hand. Just one of those. You got Escape Rope. Allows you to Each player switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench. Your opponent switches first. So, you know, your opponent switches, then you kind of can see what they're going to do, and then you can react to that. And then, I guess, counter, and I guess, you know, if you can figure out what weaknesses are, maybe that might be a good thing. Here we go. Here's weakness policy. The Pokemon this card is attached to has no weakness. That would be good, you know, it's because some of the Pokemon have like fighting or thunder or weaknesses, and if you want to kind of negate that whole, you know, where they take more damage, then that might be the card for you. And here we go. We have, last but not least, you have your energy. This obviously from the cards, the Pokemon that we've seen here, it's going to be the two types of energies. You're going to have fighting and psychic. So this is a fighting psychic deck. There's, I don't know how I'm not going to count them all, but there's quite a few energies in this deck. So that's going to be it. This is going to be my review for the Lycanroc Forbidden Light. It's going to be Twilight Rouge theme deck from Pokemon. All right.